When I started my law practice, I did a lot of criminal defense work. And I know this is going to come as a shock to you, but many of my clients were guilty. But, I was doing my job. My job is to defend them guilty or not. And I was young. I wanted to make a name for myself. I was competitive. And so the fact that I was attempting to have them avoid the very real consequences of what might have been some pretty, bad actions didn't bother me that much until the jury was out. Once the dust settled and I'm sitting there with them, I kind of deal with that. I wasn't trying to get them to change their ways or, repent or join a nunnery or go work with lepers in Calcutta. I just wanted them to lean into the consequences of what they had done and how they wanted to make it right or how they wanted their life to be different going forward. And I know all of us are faced with this. We don't have to be on trial to recognize that there are consequences to what we do. And one of the beautiful things about Clara Carr's story is that she had to immediately face the dramatic, tragic, and perhaps catastrophic consequences of swerving to avoid that car and actually striking and killing people. That's what comes next. What happens immediately after the accident.
It was truly just hard to get my head around that it had actually happened. I was in just absolute denial. This can't be. And I'm a person who I get so much joy in life helping other people. What makes my heart sing as a person is helping somebody and watching them emerge from whatever it is that had them buried. And I love that. And I'm the first to come rush to somebody else's aid. I don't care if it's a stranger, if it's whatever. I mean, that is how I identify myself. So to stand there that night and see this devastation, which I was involved in, a lot of that evidence was in my favor. But I was involved in it. Had I not been there, maybe it would have happened anyway. The woman driving behind me said when I swerved, she still never saw the car the whole time. Her husband screamed for her to swerve, and then she swerved into the median right after me. So maybe it would have happened anyway. I don't know, but it didn't. It happened. I was the one. And coming to terms with that set of circumstances and my being directly involved, knowing how I love people and helping people, how I could be the cause of this was just completely devastating on a level I don't know if I could truly relate. It felt like the end of the world. These people had spouses and young children, parents, siblings, friends. All of these people were were going to be as I stood there that night and then subsequently in the months and weeks and years that have followed. And that never leaves me. The amount of immeasurable pain that all of these people, and there are a lot of them, it was 3 people that were, young from 25 to in their 40s. And they had these kids and these parents and these siblings and spouses and friends that are still suffering today. Lives were uprooted, changed forever. And it was just astounding to me that we were talking about me in the same sentence as this. I just couldn't even get my head around it. So, I certainly felt like my life was absolutely over.
So what you just saw, which that I took out from the video podcast I did with Claire last month, and it goes through the immediate aftermath of the accident at the scene, her coming to grips with what happened, looking for ways out, facing the music, going to jail, and all the things that created the beautiful, successful, compassionate, grateful person that is now gracing our profession and gracing the world. I'll be sharing these over the course of the next few weeks. If you don't want to wait, if you just want to stream them all at once, just text me at the number below and I'll be happy to send you a link to all of them. Something else, though, I'd like you to consider. All of us have had an experience, not this catastrophic, not this sensational, but something that we knew our lives were never going to be the same. And you know what? Often our lives are the same because we just bury it. We just get on to business as usual, both in terms of its consequences on our health and well-being and our equanimity. Those consequences are still ongoing, whether we face it or not. But also the gift that can be, the way this was for Claire, is also there. Whatever your equivalent of that experience, if you want to talk about it, just text me. And we'll set up a time to talk. It won't cost anything to chat with me. But yeah, if you want to talk about your own experience, or if you have a story that you want me to help you bring out in the world, send me a text. We need more Claires, and we all are Claires in waiting. And I'd love to make more of them.